Hello students, welcome to this online course of Strength of Materials. So today we are going to proceed with our further problems. So today we are going to solve few problems based on the bending stress formula. Let us see what is our first problem for today. The cross section of a cast iron beam is as shown. So I will show you the picture. The top flange is in compression and bottom flange is in tension. Permissible stress in tension is 30 Newton per millimeter square and its value is in compression it is equal to 90 Newton per mm square. So the values are different in compression and tension. What is the maximum uniformly distributed load the beam can carry over a simply supported span of 5 meters? So first try to understand that now the neutral axis is not going to be at the midpoint because this stress, let us say this is sigma c and this is sigma t, they are not equal, they are different. So it is something like this is sigma t and this is sigma c. This is having value 90 and this is having 30. So how we are going to do that? We will calculate the moment carrying capacity in compression, moment carrying capacity in tension, and the smaller value will be our design value, which will be equated to the bending moment, maximum bending moment, which will be coming due to the loading on a simply supported beam of span 5 meters. We will assume the value of uniformly distributed load and finally we will calculate the value. So this is the plan for this question. So I will always suggest you to start with the question, solving the question for before having some planning of the question. So read the question, draw the try to see how you are going to just plan the problem, and then you will just follow the steps, you will get the answers. So this is the beam shown to you. So this is a unsymmetrical I section. Up till now whatever we have done is for the symmetrical problems. So just to give you a flavor of different problem, I have taken the problem of unsymmetrical I section. So for unsymmetrical I section, but still it is symmetrical about the y-axis. So this axis is the axis of symmetry, and about this axis this is unsymmetrical. First step will be always to calculate the y bar. Using this y bar we have to calculate the I, and now you can see the top and bottom will have the different value. The fiber, extreme fiber in compression and extreme fiber in compression are at different distances. So y top and y bottom we have to calculate. I by y top and I by y bottom multiplied by the respective stresses, that is compression or tension, that will give us the moment carrying capacity in tension and compression respectively. So let us first calculate the value of y bar. So what we have done, we have divided this I section into 3 rectangles. So rectangle 1, 2 and 3. Area is given like 75 into 50 for first section, 100 into 25 is for second section, and 150 into 50 for third section. So these area you can easily calculate. Y bar we are taking the reference from the bottom of the section. So from bottom of the section, the centroid of this section will be at the distance of, this is how much, 150 plus 50 by 2. So 150 plus 25, it is 175. Now for second section it will be 50 plus 100 by 2. So 50 plus 50 is 100, and for third section it will be at 50 by 2, that is 25. Again using the formula for y bar is equal to summation ay into yi divided by total area. Just put all the values and you will get a value of y bar as 79.54 millimeters. So you can see this is like the total distance is 200 mm, and due to unsymmetry it is coming. If symmetry would have been there, it could have been 100 mm, but it is coming out to be 79.54. So that is no problem. We have to calculate the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. So again this is very simple. So moment of inertia will be the sum of moment of inertia for 3 different sections. So I1, I2 and I3. So again I1 will be BD cube by 12 plus the distance square multiplied by the area of that respective section from the centroidal axis. So we have taken now this is the centroidal axis. So BD cube by 12 will be common in all the portion, and only area and this distance square will be changing. So putting all the values, you will get these corresponding values, and if you will add them, the total moment of inertia is coming out to be 61955,492.8 millimeter raised to power 4. This is our I. So Y bottom we have already calculated, it is 79.54. Y top it is coming out to be, how it will we can calculate. Y top is this distance. So total is 200 minus 79.54, we will have 120.46 millimeters. So all the values, the required values for moment calculation, what are the values we required? Sigma I by Y. Sigma is given in the question, Y we have calculated, I we have calculated. So now we can calculate moment carrying capacity in compression. So it will be termed as MC, and moment carrying capacity in tension will be MT. So let us see what are the values we are having. So top fiber is in compression, it is given in the question itself, and the compression maximum value for compression, the stress is given as 90 Newton per millimeter square. So and I we have calculated. Y the portion, the top portion is compression, so Y top is given as 120.46, we have calculated just now. You can see Y top is 120.446, that is okay. After calculation you will get the moment carrying capacity in compression is 46.29 kilonewton meter. Similarly we can calculate the moment carrying capacity in tension, MT. Put all the values. So sigma T is given as 30 Newton per millimeter square, and Y bottom we have calculated 79.54. You will get the value of 23.37 kilonewton meter. So just imagine you have to design. If you have designed for 46.29, what is going to happen in the compression tension section? It will fail. So the design value will be the minimum of these two, and it is coming out to be 23.37 kilonewton meter, the lesser of the two values. Now we are having the design moment carrying capacity of the beam. What we are going to do, this bending this moment carrying capacity of the beam should be equated to the external bending moment coming to the beam. So that will be equal to WL square by 8 for a simply supported beam subjected to a UDL. We have to calculate the uniformly distributed load, which can be which the beam can be loaded, which is a simply supported beam. The span is given as 5 meters. So WL square by 8 is equal to 23.37, the moment carrying capacity of the beam. After putting the values, what we are getting, 7.47 kilonewton meter we can. So if we have to design, we will put it as 7.50. So in this way you have to calculate the respective load. So up till now we have calculated. So first portion was for our rectangular section, second was a symmetrical I beam on which a plate was, the beam was reinforced with the help of steel plate of a different size, which was I think 240 by 10, and the symmetrical I section was total 400 meter depth and 180 mm of 400 mm of depth and for 180 mm of the flange width and 8 mm of the thickness. So in this way you can calculate, like we can solve n number of problems, but the concept should be clear to you. So you can practice the problems on your own by referring to the books. Now we are going to solve the last problem of this chapter, not this chapter. The first portion is the bending portion and the second portion is bending stress, the shear stress. So this part is bending stress. So this will be the last problem regarding the bending stress or the flexure pure bending part of this chapter. In the next chapter, next part of this chapter, we are going to see the shear stress variation. Up till now what we are doing, we are seeing the variation of bending stress. In the next portion we are going to see the variation of shear stresses. Now what the question is stating, a circular log of timber has diameter capital D. Find the dimension of the strongest rectangular section one can cut from this. So let us try to understand the problem first. So this is a circular timber log is there. Diameter is given as D. Capital D is the diameter of this circular section. What we have to calculate? We have to draw a rectangular section from this log. Okay, so this will be our rectangular section. Let us say this is B and this is D, or either way you can say this is B and this is D. Let me just, so this is B, this is B and this is D, width and depth of the rectangular beam. But the condition is it should be the strongest rectangular section. So how we are going to see the strongness of the portion? By calculation of Z. Z is the parameter which will show how the beam is strong in the flexure. If we are having the value of Z very high, the beam is very safe in the flexure. So one thing is clear to us, so Z will be the parameter for the comparison. Okay, so what we can do, we can calculate the value of Z for this beam for the rectangular section and minimize this with respect to either width or depth, and we will get the value with respect to the dimension of the circular timber. So this is the diagram. So this is the circular log. So this is the portion we are going to design. So one relation we can find is the D square is equal to capital D square minus B square. So B is the width and D is the depth. Now moment of inertia is BDQ by 12, Y max will be D by 2. Okay, from this reference axis. So the section modulus is coming out to be, it is BD square by 6. We have discussed this in the, I think, previous lecture. Just refer to that video if you are not having, if you have some confusion. So finally we will get Z as B capital D square minus BQ by 6. So in this parameter, what is the variable? B is the parameter, B is the variable. So you can solve in both manners. Either you can have, like, you could have this formula also, D square minus. So this formula you can use for D or B, anything you can assume. So we have to maximize only. So whatever parameter you have taken, you have to maximize with respect to that parameter. So here B is that parameter. For a strongest beam, section modulus should be maximum. So dz by dB is 0. After calculation, you will get the value of width as 1 by root 3 of that capital D, and the depth will come out to be root 2 by 3 into D. So these are the parameters or the dimension of the strongest rectangular section which can be drawn by this from this circular timber bar, and it will be the strongest. So in this way we will be finishing this chapter today, and from the next lecture we are going to start our new topic, which is the variation of shear stress. So this is all for today. Thank you.